And so I went to this bar thinking, well, I'll just pull a deal. That's what we call them. We'll call them deals. And there's this really nice guy there. He goes, you want to play pool? And I'm like, I'm assessing him. I wonder how big the wallet is. He looks very young. Maybe I can get some money. That's how we think. So I played pool with this guy, and next thing you know, he's talking to my face. It was really weird. I'm like, you know, most men talk to my body parts. And I went, this is weird. He goes, so what's your name? He's all sweet. And I'm like, yeah, strange. You must be gay or something like that. That's weird. I'm not used to that. I'm used to men going, hey, baby. Not him. He's so sweet as pie. And he goes, hey, let's go out sometime. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm cash only, dude. You know, he's like, oh, yeah, I need a stripper for a bachelor party. I go, yeah, all right. And I thought he probably lives with his mother. He's a 22-year-old guy, really sweet. Well, that guy kept calling me, and I'm like, man, I don't do that. It was all about deals. I had a 1-800 number. I was a prostitute. I was a madam, too. I mean, I was running prostitution. Guy kept saying, hey, let's go out. And I'm like, he goes, I got meth. And I go, porn stars love drug dealers. I will definitely go out with you. Drugs, alcohol, you pay, you buy, I'm there. What the heck? Well, it turns out we became friends. And the guy kept coming to my door bringing like checkers. Hey, you want to play checkers? I'm like, checkers? I haven't played games since I was a kid. He goes, yeah, let's play checkers. And I'm sitting there competing with him, and I'm having so much fun with this guy. And we're playing cribbage, and he taught me like gin rummy and all these games. And next thing you know, I'm like, he goes, what happened to you? I'm like, I don't want to tell you. He goes, tell me. And so I told him, and he grabbed my hand and he says, that's so sad. I go, don't touch it. You're one of them. You're a man. You're not trustworthy. You're a liar. I know you're just going to use me. He goes, Shelley, no, I'm a pastor's son. I'm like, what? And he goes, you know, and then he told me his story, and we just became really close friends, and we actually got high in meth reading the Bible. Try reading the Bible in meth. It's like, wow, look at Abraham, look at Moses, went in the Red Sea, Esau, Jacob, they're we were higher than a kite, but we were reading the Bible together, and all of a sudden I realized, what is going on here? I never read the Bible with a guy. God's like, tap, tap, tap. Remember all those prayers? I sent him to you, and I'm like, this guy, why would he want? I go, why did he says, Shelley, Jesus sent me to tell you that he loves you, and I love you, and I'm supposed to marry you. And I'm like, and then God's like, Shelley, you need to marry him. I said, I'm not marriage material. Does God know that I'm a you know what? I'm horrible. Can of worms, you don't want to deal with me. I'm not marriage material. He goes, no, it'll be all right. Just have faith. I have faith. Oh gosh, but then God came to me and goes, Shelley, it's time to get out. I'm like, I don't really love him. I don't even like him. I don't even like myself. How can I love anybody if I don't love myself? And so, on February 14th, he had a cute little ring with a heart. He could marry me for it. He goes, would you please marry me? And I was like, you know I have herpes, right? I have a kid. He goes, that's okay, God will protect us. I'm like, what planet is this guy from? Stupidity planet, but God says, Shelley, who else is going to marry a woman with herpes and a kid? I'm like, true. He is a nice man. He is a nice man, and, you know, I could probably learn maybe to get along with him or something. And so we ended up going to, I was in Southern California, we ended up going to, and his mom, of course, threw a fit. He's Dutch, pure Dutch. She was born with a rag in her hand. Ah! Comes from a big old family. Oh, they looked at me like, what the? He comes from a really good family. He had like the perfect childhood, and I'm like, please don't talk about your childhood. So anyways, we went down to Norwalk, California, and I'm like, I'll take control, because that was who I was. I walk up, how much for the marriage license? And the lady goes, that'll be $35. And the Lord says, 35 to get in, 35 to get out. And I went, that would have to be God. Okay, we'll do it your way. Anyways, I married this guy, and I can't remember my vows to this day, but I've been married to him for 18 years. Stand up. And he's put up with a lot. He had to put up with a crazy, very sick person for 8 years. I was diagnosed with several disorders: PTSD, bipolar, bulimia, substance abuse. It's almost like a rap song. Bulimia, substance abuse. Don't, you know, we can... I was like, wow, I'm really upped. So, and we joined the military, and I'd never had medical insurance, so when I told the psychiatrist everything that ever happened, he's like, I have never, ever, ma'am, heard anything like this in all my years in the U.S. Army. And I'm like, he just says you need lithium, counseling, sleeping pills, and SAD disorder treatment. What's SAD? Seasonal adjustment disorder. I'm like, well, I am from sunny California, and now we're in Washington. What's that? He goes, we got to land her light every day. And I'm like, I'm going to land her light every day? And then, okay, so you give me antidepressants. So I was on lithium, and I walked around going, I feel nothing. I feel nothing. I'm pregnant now. I feel nothing. He got me pregnant almost right away. Thank you very much. God sealed the deal right away because I got really fat really fast, and nobody would hire me for sex work again. I was like 200 pounds. I have a picture of me. It says baby, and I'm like, bad mood. I blamed him for everything. If it rained, I blamed him. If my stomach hurt, I blamed him. I was horrible to him. The poor man, I can't even tell you. If he didn't want me because he was so sick of me being horrific to him, I'd say, you're gay, you're a faggot, I hate you, get out of here. I would go to church and go, F you. I'd be screaming the F word to him in church. I was horrible. And he goes, na, na, na. Oh, great thou art. Poor guy. I was horrible to him. And then the pastor would want, look, we're going to pray for marriages, you know, and Garrett would say, come on, let's go up there. And I would go up there and go, please pray for him. He does not know how to be married. I was horrible. And he just showed me the love of Christ. And after they diagnosed me with all the disorders and gave me all those stupid meds, God just says, hey, Shelley, why don't we do it my way? I said, yeah, I don't like the meds. I can't function. I was so depressed. I slept all day. I was so tired from the constant survival. I literally slept for a couple of years. I was like, you know, the kids have been making a mess, and I'm so tired. So tired. Try recovering from sex work with kids. And but I really tried to rise up. I would like say, you know, I went to this church, you know, and that's really how it happened. You got to hear this. Is really cool. So anyways, I'm like, all right, God, what are you doing? He goes, you need to go to church. Okay, you're not going to be in all these meds and be a flower child and get counseling for 20 years when I can heal you. And he brought me up to Seattle. There was no sun. It's the suicide capital of the world. I call it the dungeon. Basically, he put me in a corner. Ever been there? Ain't going anywhere else? You have a choice to make. So I said, fine, I'll go to church. And I took my little prophetic finger. Unbeknownst to me, I had a prophetic finger. And I went, we'll go there. So we go to church, and we show up really poor because the military is really poor. Overnight, I got really fat, and I was wearing thrift shop clothes compared to all these men worshiping me and paying, you know. I didn't even pump my own gas in the sex industry. I literally would get out of the car and go, who's going to pump it? Man, I got humbled so fast. I go to church in his ugly red pants and ugly red red. I don't even wear red to this day. Just you'll never see a pair of red pants on me. Of course, never say never, right? Now I'm going to wear a red pair of pants tomorrow, probably. Great. Sorry, just kidding. So we walk into this church, and all these happy, shiny people are going, all things are possible. And I'm like, oh, God, I can't go in this place. Ugh. They're like, ugh. And I'm looking for the exits, going, kind of like the exit signs there. It was a big church. So we stand there, and I'm like looking out, like escape room out of here, you know. And then the pastor comes up, and it's some like 35-year-old man. Already I'm like, he's a man and he's young. You know, I have nothing. He comes up, success begins on Sunday. I'm like, I'm out of here, joker. You know, this guy's a joker. What are you going to talk to me? Let me get up there and talk.